Hey everybody, Eggo the Visual Culturist here, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to be starting a series of unboxing videos, beginning with the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid board game line. So right here is the base game, which if you've been to my stream for a Tabletop Sunday day, you'll know that I'm no stranger to this game, and I'm a huge Power Rangers fan. Can't stress that enough. I have recently completed a huge quest of getting every single piece of expansion content, accessories, goodies, name it, dice, extra cards, whatever I can find. I recently have up to the date of this video every single piece of content that you can get for purchase. There are new expansions to be released later this year. And when I get those, I will unbox them as well. But for right now, as of this very moment, I have everything, and my new quest is to give you guys an unboxing and show you what comes into every piece of expansion content, which you get in the base game, some of the big box expansions, some of the small box expansions, figures you can get, alternate sculpts, dice packs, little goodies like that. So, like I said, I'm no stranger to this particular board game series. I play it every once a week, just about on my stream, twitch.tv slash Eggo the Visual Culturist. Like I said, I play this about once a week with friends, sometimes by myself. Sometimes I do a virtual game and I invite community members, sometimes even viewers from the stream. I always get a lot of questions. This game comes up. People are always, they know about it, very interested, but are always asking questions. How does this game work? I've always heard this is fun. How much is it? Is it, so many questions. How many players does it go up to? We're going to talk about that right now. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and open up the base game. So, right away, you're going to see that we have a bunch of just an entire section of miniatures, which are called foot soldiers. We have super putties at the top, putties down in the middle, followed by another row of super putties at the bottom for a total of 24 minis or figures. 12 of the super putties, counting the top and bottom together, and this middle portion of regular normal putties being 12 itself. So these are the foot soldiers, and they are the normal standard enemy you're going to be fighting before you get to any monsters and or your boss. So again, you can kind of see, very hard to see. I'm going to have a separate angle of all the minis so that you can see them at the end, how they look, get a better feel for the detail. They do come unpainted every expansion. To my knowledge, everything comes unpainted, so it's a good selling point if you're a painter. This is something to definitely keep you busy. Or if you can't, or you're a beginner trying to learn, this is a good place to start. Or if you're like me and you just don't trust your skill at all, pay the big bucks to an established painter and have them look pretty, and they really just pop. I've seen some Rangers Facebook group Rangers who share their painted sculpts, and my God, I tell you, when these get painted, oh boy, it adds a lot. So much flair. So again, these are just the foot soldiers, the common enemy types for the base game. And then here we have a second layer of minis. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 monsters, 1 boss, and 5 rangers. So from top left going all the way down to bottom left, we got Pudgy Pig, Mighty Morphin Pink, Mighty Morphin Red, Mighty Morphin Yellow, Rita Repulsa, Bones, Mighty Morphin Black, Nasty Knight, Mighty Morphin Blue, and Madam Woe. And again, since I've already opened this and been playing, you would get your Ranger ability cards. They're 10 card deck for each Ranger. Same thing for monsters and your boss. It's usually an 8 card deck. Locations, foot soldier cards, deployment cards, character ability cards. I'm going to be showing all of that at the end. So stick around if you want to see that. And again, I'll just kind of bring it up a little bit closer so you can see. I'll have a much better angle to really show off the detail each of the minis has. So, and then we have some advertisements. Here we go. Just a reminder that, Shattered Grid is a thing, a storyline in the Mighty Morphin Boom Studios comic series line. Looks like we have some volumes, some trade paperbacks if you want to see. I can get that up close. It's Morphin time. Some glimpses of some other expansions, Rise of the Psycho Rangers, Squat and Babu character pack. Let's Rock It, Release the Mayhem, available now. The Power is On, the deck building card game, which is really fun. Another really good staple of my friend, my tabletop friend group. We usually play this quite often. Very fun. Might do an unboxing of that in the future. Actually, not even might. I will. Show you guys what you get, how it works. Very fun. Highly recommend. Of course, we have our rule book just to show you. Again, you can find all these resources online. If you'd like a link, I will put one down in the description below to show you. But, the components of the game, a little forward, getting you hyped, start the game. Again, the game is so much fun. There's a reason why I'm playing it once a week with friends. Not only because there is a plethora of content, but I honestly really enjoy the game. The game setup teaches you how to do everything. Victory and defeat, round structure, deployment phase. If you guys would like me to do a video going more in depth explaining this, I guess making a how to play, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see what I can do. I consider myself, even though I've played it and I'm very experienced, very advanced, there's still some things where you got to break out the rule book every once in a while, but for the most part, very easy to learn, very straightforward. Everyone who I've shown this to likes it, looks forward to playing, so, it's a real hell of a game, and I like it. I like it a lot. Ranger turns, enemy turns. The card anatomy, dealing damage to rangers, draining energy. Player count changes, so that's one of the really cool things about this game is that depending on the number of players who are playing it, there's different variations of rules to keep it balanced, are just all around playable. So all the way down from 2, going to 3, 4, 5 being the standard max. But if we flip the page, after integrating expansion content, there is a game mode with 6 rangers, which is a real blast. Like it a lot. I've only ever played one game with 6 rangers. Every person controlling one ranger. Like I said, there's variations, but a lot of fun. And then again, your little cheat sheet gameplay reference on the very back. Enemy icons, the round structure, things you can do. Again, very, very easy to learn. Easy to play, hard to master. Very difficult game to win. Not gonna lie. But, once you get a good team, good synergy, everyone knows what they're doing after a few practice rounds, it's getting that win a lot of fun. So, again, there's that. So, that was the rule book. Next, we have a board of some pop outs. And I will show you the pop outs one at a time. So, again, here's a location Angel Grove High. And we have some pop outs for some energy, some damage trackers. So again, I'll show you these at the very end. Just going to put this off to the side. Again, another location. Centerpiece, the command center, Angel Grove Park. So you can kind of see some more pop outs. Industrial District, a load more pop outs, action tokens, damage tokens, panic tokens, energy tokens, lead ranger tracker. I'll show them all to you. And one more, just location by itself. Oldie but a goodie, Ernie's Juice Bar. And then we have the very stylish looking power level tracker board. Starting from 0, going to 6. Defeated foot soldiers go in these little circular spots. Zord cards go in the middle. You can see all the Zords coming together to make the Megazord, so that's pretty cool. So here we are. I've assembled everything that you didn't see already in the plastic cases, dividers, sections. Here's every single combat card. Deployment, monster, boss, ranger. Here is every single character card for each ranger and Megazord card behind it. Here are the dice you get. You get 6 clear, colorless dice. I'll just show you a handful of them. You know, you get every single possible option on the dice. Double hit, miss, hit. Your only options. Every die comes with a single double hit, 1, 2 misses, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. So 3 single hits, 2 misses, and a single double for a standard six-sided die. So very cool. You get 6 of those. You're definitely going to be sharing if you're playing with multiple people. Again, game goes from, technically as of the time of this video, from single player all the way up to 6. So going to set these off to the side. Here's some of the tokens I showed you guys that I already punched out. This is an energy token, which is what you need in order to play cards. Here's an action token, which you guys need in order to perform movement, battles, recovery actions, stuff like that. Here we go. It is double-sided. You know, bright, forward-facing, or yeah, right side up, upside down. You can see. So very nice. Damage token. Anytime you damage an enemy card and you don't defeat it, put one of these on there. Very nice. I believe you get 20. 20 damage, 20 energy, 12 action tokens to be divided at least 2 to every ranger for a 6 ranger game. So that's how many you get. 12. A morphine tracker for the or I should say a power morpher icon for the morphine board power tracker, which rotates going up the numbers. Very nice. A panic token, which indicates that an area is panicked in the game. There are 4 of these for the 4 sections of the circle that you play on. The lead ranger token, which indicates the lead ranger who starts every single battle during the course of the game. Very important. Certain things happen to the lead ranger in certain battles, so always good to have. There are 1 of these. And a very nice, double-sided, again, same Zord. Just a standard Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dino Megazord. Get this nice, cool little cardboard icon. Very nice. So we have, starting from top of the box on the left hand side, we have Zach Taylor, Mighty Morphin Black, Hip Hop Keto, once per battle. After you defeat an enemy card with an attack, you may deal 1 damage to another enemy card adjacent to your target. Next, we have Billy Cranston, Mighty Morphin Blue, Strategize. Once per battle, a ranger of your choice may draw 1 card and then place 1 card from their hand back on top of their deck. We have Jason Lee Scott, Mighty Morphin Red, Leadership. Once per battle, a ranger of your choice may reroll any number of dice during an attack. Kimberly Ann Hart, Mighty Morphin Pink, Quick Shot. At the start of each battle, you may deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Trini Kwan, Mighty Morphin Yellow, Double Strike. Once per battle, after you play a card, you may immediately play another card with the same name. There we go. So we have, starting from the top row on the left-hand side, Mastodon, Mighty Morphin Black. So exhaust this card to immediately remove 1 foot soldier figure from any location and place it on the experience track. Pterodactyl, Mighty Morphin Pink. We exhaust this card during a battle to gain 2 energy. Sabertooth Tiger, Mighty Morphin Yellow. Exhaust this card during a battle to allow each participating ranger to draw up to 2 cards. Triceratops, Mighty Morphin Blue. Exhaust this card to allow any ranger to choose up to 2 cards from their discard pile and return them to the top of their deck in any order. Tyrannosaurus, Mighty Morphin Red. Exhaust this card before a ranger performs an attack to add 2 dice to that attack. And last but not least, our Megazord card. These were all Zords. They combined to make the Dino Megazord. Exhaust this card to place the Megazord token in any location at the start of each battle in the Megazord's current location. Deal 1 damage to each enemy card. So, very nice. We get the 5 base Rangers, the standard Dino Megazord. So here we go. I pretty much set up the Mighty Morphin Black character card, Zord, and combat deck. So as you can see, I've set doubles just on top of each other for space, and just to show you that you get 2 of 4 different cards and 2 unique single cards for a 10 card deck. So we have Smooth Moves, which is a reaction card. Play this card when any ranger suffers damage to reduce that damage by 2, gain an energy. Sweeping Strike. It's a 2 dice attack. Deal 1 damage to an enemy card adjacent to the target. Mammoth Slam. 2 dice attack. If there are 4 or more cards in your discard pile, add 1 die to the attack. Reckless Blow. 2 dice attack. Before rolling, you may discard the top card of your deck to add 2 dice to this attack. Blade Blaster. It's an attack special. This attack deals an amount of damage equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. You may divide this damage among any number of targets. And Power Axe, a 3 dice attack. After rolling, choose 2 dice from this attack and deal that much damage to each enemy card adjacent to the target. So again, 10 cards total. As you can see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be the same for the rest of the game, with the exception of 1 ranger, to the best of my knowledge at the moment. But yeah, so there we go. Next, I'm going to be showing you Mighty Morphin Pink. So here we go. This is Mighty Morphin Pink character card, Zord card, and combat deck. So again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 card deck. We have Acrobatics, which is a reaction. Play this card when you reveal a card for defense to add the revealed card to your hand instead of discarding it or placing it on the bottom of your deck. Arrow Shot. Ignore the guard keyword when choosing a target for this attack. Flying Kick. Gain 1 energy. It's a 2 dice attack. Take Aim. It's a maneuver. Gain 1 energy. You may immediately play another card if it's an attack. You may re-roll any number of dice during the attack. Blade Blaster, which has the same effect as Mighty Morphin Black, yellow, blue, red. They're standard, so the card is a different color, but they all do the same thing. So again, I'll have it here, but I'm gonna skip it. And the unique power weapon, the Power Bow. It's a 6 dice attack. Ignore the guard keyword when choosing a target for this attack. So very nice. This was Mighty Morphin Pink. Next up is going to be Mighty Morphin Blue. So here we are. We have Mighty Morphin Blue, their character card, Zord card, and 10 card deck, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Again, Blade Blaster is the same as every other ranger, so I'm just going to skip it. We have Counter Jab. It's an attack, 1 dice plus 1 guaranteed damage. With a reveal card, or a star for a reveal card action. If this card is revealed for defense, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Knowledge is power. It's a maneuver. Gain 1 energy. A ranger of your choice may search their deck for a card and add it to their hand. If they do, they must shuffle their deck. Tactical Strike, 2 dice attack. After you play this card, place it on top of your deck instead of discarding it. And Mighty Maces, which is a 3 dice attack with a reveal reaction, or star icon. If this card is revealed for defense, gain 1 energy. So, next up is Power Lance. It's a 4 dice attack. After you play this card, place it on top of your deck instead of discarding it. Next up is going to be Mighty Morphin Yellow. And here we are, we have Mighty Morphin Yellow with their character card, their Zord, and their 10 card combat deck, comprised of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 cards. So we have Twin Fang Teamwork, which is a 0 cost reaction card that says, play this card after another ranger reveals an attack to deal 1 damage to the target of that attack. We have a 0 energy cost, 2 guaranteed damage, precise strike attack card. After you play this card, you may spend 1 energy to shuffle it back into your deck instead of discarding it. We have Sabertooth Strike, a 1 energy cost, 2 dice attack. If this attack defeats the target, you may immediately perform a second attack with 2 dice. And then we have Tenacity, a 0 cost maneuver card. Gain 1 energy. Choose 2 cards from your discard pile, return them to the top of your deck in any order. We also have Blade Blaster, which is the same as every other ranger. And Power Daggers, unique power weapon. So, it's a 3 cost, 4 die attack. After you resolve this attack, a ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. And then next up, we have the Red Ranger. We have our Red Ranger ability card, our Tyrannosaurus Zord card, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 card combat deck, beginning with a 0 energy cost Team Tactics maneuver card. Gain 1 energy. Another ranger of your choice may immediately play 1 card. The 0 cost block reaction card. Play this card when any ranger suffers damage to reduce that damage by 3. The 0 energy cost to lead the charge, 2 die attack. The next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 1 die to that attack. And then the 1 energy cost Tyrannoslash 3 dice attack. You may reroll any number of dice during this attack. Blade Blaster is of course the same for every ranger, and the unique power sword, and the unique power weapon, Power Sword. It's a 3 energy cost, 5 die attack. The next time any ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 2 dice to that attack. So that about does it for all of the ranger combat cards, their character cards, and their Zord cards. Next up is going to be just a quick look at the deployment deck and the foot soldiers. So here we have the deployment deck, which I will briefly show. It's a 20 card deck comprised of cards from Ernie's Juice Bar, Angel Grove High, the Industrial District, and Angel Grove Park. They just repeat. You're not really missing anything, be going through every single one, but I'll show them really quick just so you can see. The cool part is on the back, they are... they show the number of enemies you can disperse to a given location. 2 super putties, a putty, 3 super putties, a single super putty, 2 regular putties, 3 putties, 2 putties, again and again. And it's any variation of 1 to 2 to 3 for any given foot soldier type. So 4 locations, 2 foot soldier types. So we have super putty patrollers, which are these right here shown at the top, and regular putty patrollers. Starting with the super putty patrollers, which is going to be this top row, we have 3 copies of Engulf, 3 putty pummels, 2 swarm attacks, and 2 regrows. for a total of 10 cards. And the same thing happens for the Putty Patrollers. 3 leaping attack, 2 flanking, 3 cannon fodder, and 2 swarm attacks. So 3 and 3 is 6, 2 and 2 is 4, 10. So we'll start with the Super Putty Patrollers. With Engulf, which is a fast guard, 2 health card, drain and energy. Putty Pummel is a 3 health, deal 3 damage enemy card. 3 health, swarm attack. Deal 1 damage, increase this damage by 1 for each foot soldier at this location. And Regrow, which is a 2 health, deploy 1 Super Putty Patroller to this location card. Now we are going to go ahead and look at the Putty Patroller cards, which are at the bottom. We have 3 leaping attack, which is a 2 health, deal 3 damage enemy card. Flanking, which is a 2 health, passive. While this card is in play, each time another enemy card deals damage, increase that damage by 1 enemy card. We have Cannon Fodder, a 3 health guard enemy card, which deals 2 damage. And we have Swarm Attack, which is a 3 health, deal 1 damage, increase this damage by 1 for each foot soldier in this location enemy card. So, 2 10-card enemy foot soldier decks, 20 cards total. Deployment decks, which dictate where the enemies get placed, and the 2 types of enemies shown at the top. Next, I'm going to be going over the monster deployment and then the monster cards, 1 deck at a time. So first up for monsters, we have Bones, which is indicated by his enemy or his monster deployment card, and his 8-card enemy deck, which is going to be the standard going forward for all monsters and bosses. So we'll begin with his Eye Lasers, which is a 3 health, fast enemy card that does 3 damage to 2 different rangers. We have 3 copies of Skeleton Sword, which is a 3 health, fast guard enemy card that deals 4 damage to the lead ranger. We have 2 copies of Gravedigger Slash, which is a fast 5 health enemy card, which drains 1 energy. Each ranger must discard the bottom card of their deck. And a single regeneration, which is a 7 health enemy card that flips all defeated Bones cards in this battle face up. They are no longer defeated. So, next we're going to be taking a look at Nasty Knight. So here's Nasty Knight. We have 3 copies of Lion Shield, which is a 4 health guard passive enemy card that does, after a ranger deals damage to this card, deal the same amount of damage to that ranger. We have 2 copies of Smash and Slash, which is a 4 health enemy card that does 3 damage to a single ranger twice. Followed by 2 copies of Nasty Slash, which is a 4 health, deal 4 damage enemy card. And we have a single copy of Blade Beam, which is a 5 health fast enemy card that does 4 damage to the lead ranger and 2 damage to each other ranger. Next up, we're going to be looking at Madame Woe. So here's Madame Woe. We have 3 copies of Deadly Claws, which is a 3 health fast enemy card that does 4 damage. Next, we have 2 copies of Breath of Death, which is a 4 health fast enemy card that does, which says each ranger must discard 1 random card from their hand. Followed by 2 copies of Braid Lash, which is a 4 health guard enemy card that does 3 damage and drains 1 energy. Next we have a single copy of Teleport, which is a 5 health guard passive enemy card, which says when this card is in play, rangers cannot deal damage to any other Madame Woe cards. So there we go, Madame Woe. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at a classic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers monster card, Pudgy Pig. So here we have coming up 3 copies of Salad Fork Stab, which is a 3 health guard enemy card that does 4 damage to each ranger with the most cards in their hand, followed by 3 copies of Butter Knife Cutter, which is a 4 health enemy card that does 3 damage to 2 different rangers, and 2 copies of I'm Hungry, which is a 5 health fast enemy card that drains 2 energy. Each ranger must discard from their hand the card with the highest energy cost. When this card is defeated, each ranger may return 1 card from their discard pile to their hand. And last but not least, we're going to be taking a look at the boss enemy card for this base game, which is Rita Repulsa. Here we have Rita Repulsa's enemy cards, our boss cards, beginning with 2 copies of Chain Lightning, which is a 4 health fast enemy card that does 4 damage to each ranger. We have 2 copies of Cruel Laughter, which is a 4 health guard enemy card, where each ranger must discard from their hand the card with the most shields. We have 2 copies of Wicked Hex, which is a 6 health fast enemy card that does 6 damage to each ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. Wicked Hex, which is a 6 health fast enemy card that deals 6 damage to the ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. Next we have Void Binding, which is a 7 health fast enemy card that deals 5 damage to the ranger with the most cards in their hand. That ranger must discard all but 1 card from their hand. And a single copy of Witch's Curse, which is a 5 health passive enemy card that says while this card is in play, the energy cost of all attack cards is increased by 1. Okay, everybody, so welcome to the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid figure showcase. So I have here the Super Putty Patroller. I'm going to go ahead and just, turn him ever so slightly just so you guys can see the detail. Very nice. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the regular Putty Patroller. Here is the second foot soldier from the core base game, the regular Putty Patroller. Bring him in a little bit closer, just so you can see some of the detail, particularly in the arms. The sculpt itself, very nice. Next, we're going to be taking a look at some of the monsters. So here we have our first monster, Bones. As you can see, very nice in his hat. He's got his little scarf, his sword, of course, his cape, his shoulder pads, shields. um, Note that you might get some slight curvature. And weapons, that sort of thing, anything that's flexible, that really doesn't bother me too much. But just know that it could happen. But again, very nice. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the monster Nasty Knight. Here we are. Here's Nasty Knight. As you can see, very good sculpt. Particularly his shield. He's got his little mace. Plenty of armor. Great, designed in detail. Very nice. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Madame Woe. So here's Madame Woe, our third monster. Very nice. A little more on the simple side, but very nice. Kind of just draped, Her braids. Good crown. All around very nice. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our next monster, Pudgy Pig. So here we are with our fourth monster, Pudgy Pig. He's got his salad fork, his butter knife cutter. Definitely a childhood favorite. His little Spartan helmet. Chubby little legs. Got his little, curly tail. His little pig ears. Pig feet. His little snout, his teeth, menacing look. I like him. I like him. So that was Pudgy Pig. We're going to be taking a look at our one boss that we get for the core game, and that's Rita Repulsa. So here's the boss, Rita Repulsa herself, for the Heroes of the Grid core game. Very nice. Got her staff. You can see that she's got, you know, articulate, good detail in her robe. Her armor, of course. Very nice indeed. So, that was the 2 foot soldiers, the 4 monsters, and the 1 boss. We're now going to look at the core team of the 5 MMPR Rangers. So here we are, we're starting with a Mighty Morphin Black Power Ranger, Zack, with his Power Axe. Very nice. One thing you might know is that some of the bases of each of the figures might be a little warped. I don't know if that's just me with, you know, the heat the environment at which I keep them, you know. I'm West Coast, so it gets pretty hot, you know, depending on where you get your games from. I don't know if just the temperature would warp, but you know, I've had people tell me that if you can get a heat gun, you can heat it up, you can flatten it out. So definitely, again, if that's the kind of thing that bothers you, there are fixes. Pretty simple, but it doesn't really bother me. You can see that it stands perfectly fine, even with the edges curling up. But yeah, very nice. Very good sculpt. Very good action pose. Okay, that was Zack, Mighty Morphin Black. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Kimberly, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. So here we have Kimberly, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, with her power bow in hand. Very good sculpt. Like the design. Again, just action poses. All the Rangers are going to have their power weapons with them. So again, you know, there's only so much detail you can have for a Power Ranger. The suits are minimal. Um, but, you know, obviously come out very nice. That was Kimberly. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Billy, the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger. So here's Billy with his Power Lance. Looking very great. Of course, again, hero pose. So that was Billy. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Trini, the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger. So here's Trini, Mighty Morphin Yellow. And very nice. Got the power daggers. Hero pose as well. Very nice. Very nice. So last but not least, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our final ranger, Jason, the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. So here's Jason, the Mighty Morphin Red Power Ranger, leader of the Power Rangers. Very nice, you know, just all around great. Hero pose. Of course, got the power sword in hand. And that's going to go ahead and finish the figure sculpt showcase for the Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid core game. So there you have it. That was a quick unboxing look at Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, the base game. This is everything you get. I'll look to see what the average retail price is for the game. I believe it's $99.99. So for $100 and change, that's everything that comes in the base game. It regularly goes on sale. Look for summer sales, you know, Christmas sales, Black Friday, things like that. You can get it pretty cheap, usually around like, you know, 75 down to like $60. So either way, whether you're paying full price, half price, you know, any amount of percentage off, highly recommend it. I may do a review of the base game since I've had a lot of experience playing it quite a few times. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I can go into further detail, maybe even reviewing each of the Ranger character cards, maybe potential combos, strategies, cards that pair well with each other, that kind of a thing. Let me know if you'd like to see that. And of course, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how I did. If there's anything I can improve, anything you'd like to see more of, let me know. Like I said, this is my first unboxing video ever. I recently got all of the content for Heroes of the Grid. So, like I said, I'm looking to go through and do an unboxing and quick look at everything, every piece of content, one video at a time. So. And if you'd like to come join me and see me play the game, usually on Sundays, you can go check out twitch.tv/ Eggo the Visual Culturist. Of course, I'll have links in the description down below. And until next time, take care, Ranger fans. See you in the next video.